I've decided for very vintage, I'm going to use this page here. It's going to be a 2-signature journal, so this will be on one side, which is wonderfully vintage. And then what we're going to do, if you guys remember, I had cut this piece in half and used half of it here. So I'm going to go ahead and use the other half right here. And then my friend Gwen of Gwen Offit Designs, she finds vintage pattern paper and she takes the covers and she cuts out the figures on the covers. And this lady is great. And so I'm going to use her somewhere on this side as well. I'll be sure to link my friend Gwen's Etsy shop in my description box because she makes these and sells these and they are fantastic. Before I adhere this page to the scrapbook paper, I'm going to go ahead and add some color with it. I'm just using my permanent markers, nothing fancy going on here, and like I said, just coloring this in. So while I'm doing that, let me mention that this collaboration, Junk Journal July, is hosted by Meg Journals and co-hosted by Get Messy Art. They are listed in my description box, so you can go check them out and you can see the collaboration list that they have going. Once I glue this page on, I'm going to use a piece of the ephemera from my digital kit. I don't know if I mentioned that in the beginning of the video, but these images that you see on these pages are all from a digital kit that's in my Etsy shop, and it's called Retro Vibes. And I did it sort of with a 60s and 70s feel to it. Well, I'm going to use one of the cut-aparts in the kit and create a pocket. This particular image of this cut apart has sort of muted tones to it, and all of the surrounding images have a brighter tone to them. So I'm going to go in with some of my markers just to see if I can add a little vibrance to them. I feel like I can definitely see a difference. I think there's definitely more pop on the colors that are on here now. So let me know what you think. I have some other cut aparts from the kit that I want to use. So I'm going to cut out this piece here that says GRABIE, and it is orange and yellow, so I think that's going to work out really well. I also have this small piece that looks like a ticket, so obviously, as you can see, I am cutting that out and planning on using that. And then the last one is the one that's on the table, and it coordinates with the pocket that I made. It's just a little more like it's got more of a swirl to it as opposed to being a little more straighter than the one on the pocket. I like what I did with the pocket as far as coloring it with the markers, so I think I'm going to do that again on this tag. I'm going to put GRABIE on the upper left of that page, and I'm so sorry you can't really see it. I'm kind of off screen there. My apologies, but you know, you're not missing much. I'm just gluing it and then pushing the glue around, that's all. I'm going to add color to this tag just like I did the other piece. I started with purple and I didn't like it. That was not working at all. Luckily, my marker wasn't even working that well, so I didn't get too much on there. I'm going over that with blue just to cover it up. And then I'm going to go in with a teal color and probably some orange and maybe some yellow. I think that looks a lot better. It's gonna, you know, just match everything a little bit more. And now I'm gonna go ahead and add a tag to this. Now, hindsight, I probably should have added a backing to the tag, like just one more layer of paper, but I didn't, and so here we are, and we're going to accept it and love it as it is. We can't forget that we have this fabulous lady, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use her on a tag. I like this yellow striped paper. I think it's pretty groovy. So we are going to cut some of that to size, but then we'll have to pick another layer that's kind of pull everything together. I go back and forth a little bit on figuring out the color situation for this tag. I really want to show her off. She is definitely the focal point. I like the stripes, but I don't want the stripes to be the focal point of the tag. And I feel like she's sort of blending in with that a little bit. So then I put her on the red, and she's definitely blending in too much on the red. So I'm not happy with that. So I pulled this super bright yellow, and I'm like, she really pops on this. And it's a bit bright, but we're gonna go for it. I'm planning on using all 3 of these papers plus her. So we're gonna have 4 layers there. We got the bright yellow, we got the red, and we got the stripes. So I just need to figure out my formula of which one I want sitting on top of the other. I like the way this looks with the yellow and then the red, and then the bottom layer is going to be the one with the stripes. And as much as I like this pop of yellow on this top layer, it is very, very bright. So I think I'm going to go ahead and tone that down by inking the edges, but I'm going to go wide with that. So it's really going to I'm going to have the ink spread a little bit closer to her. And we're going to do it, and we're going to see if it works. We'll see if we like it. Here she is inked up. Tell me if you like her inked up or if you would have left it with just that bright yellow. Now that I'm really into this collaboration, I'm figuring out which pages are going to go next to each other. And I do think these 2 pages are going to look great. And the one is the end of the first signature, and then this new one we did today is the beginning of the second signature. I hope you enjoyed building this page with me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.